Welcome, welcome. I am Velshin, and this is Tabletop Simulator and the game I'll be playing with it on it, showing you guys how to play is Star Wars CCG by Decipher. Um, I imported all the cards. I did all the legwork. I made my own board. There's some other stuff out there. These are some. Some of these are actual decks that I actually have in reality, and then some of these, I just made to fill out the board, so it was kind of even. These over here, these I kind of made to teach people. They're very limited in their scope. These decks are built. There's actually no dark side here. Yeah, this is the Dagobah expansion. Every one of these is another expansion. So this is Premier. This is New Hope. This is Hoth. This is Dagobah. This is Cloud City, and this is Indoor and Death Star 2. I think I used both. We can do a quick little search. So that's Indoor. No, maybe I just did. Maybe I didn't do Death Star yet. Yeah, I did. I added some Death Star cards. Okay. Luke and his lightsaber. This is from a different pack. This is the Death Star. Yeah, it's a Death Star Luke. I know he's on Indoor, but oh no, that's Reflections. Excuse me. I think that looks like Reflections. So I think I was more loose with this last one. Also because it's also the first one that has an objective card. So the as Decipher went on, more things were added. Different, it filled out the universe, and objective cards is one of those things. And then after that, all pretty much all these decks have objective cards in them. Maybe some of them don't, but quite a few do. They started adding things like starting and interrupt. So like this one, this is the only starting card. This is the only starting card. Only starting card. I skipped Jabba. Jabba Palace isn't on here either. There's a couple ones that aren't on here. But anyway, I know I believe Jabba's Palace is where it started, possibly. But like, so I have the signal right here. Oh, I forget. How do I zoom? There, Alt. Yeah, hold Alt. Yeah, so that little symbol, that little symbol in the top right hand corner underneath the 5, it's kind of blurry, but I recognize it. That's the Jabba Palace symbol. So, oh, this is a digital card. So after Wizards of the Coast got that, so that little clear sky, and that's a satellite dish in there. That's the Indoor expansion at the bottom, next to the red Force icon at the bottom of the card on the right. Anyway, after they lost they knew they were going to be losing the rights to this. Um, they put out some more stuff, kind of wrapped it up. So basically, they have all the original movies, and then they have Episode 1, Phantom Menace. After that, the digital cards come in is community base picked it up and kept it alive, and there's digital expansions of the game now, digital expansion of the cards, and there's actually tournaments still going on every year. There's championships every year. They have a limited format within using shields and these other things as well. I do believe certain digital cards are allowed. I think some are banned from format. I'm not really sure. I'd have to read up on the rules on that. Anyway, yeah, this was the first um, card game that I learned. So, let's not start. I don't want to. Well, we can just start at the beginning of the movie. How about that? Whoops. I was supposed to grab all of that. There we go. All right. So, this game was super cool, as in, all you needed was the deck. That's all you needed to get started. So, we'll put Tatooine down here. We're going to go ahead and F flips. Alt does this. You can hold and grab. It'll shake it. There's a pretty good little tutorial for this too. I can put this however which way. It'll grab it and place it in the correct in the correct way. Okay, so this is Obi-Wan. So this will be Tatooine. So this is interior. This will be exterior. Uh, Technically they're right next to each other right now, but we're gonna build that out. So we'll leave one space, but they are right next to here. We'll just do it as you're supposed to. So here, we'll go ahead and give this a nice good old shuffle. We'll put it right there. Give me a cut. Put that there. This there. We'll go ahead and give this baby a cut. Okay, now let me change the hands out on these guys. Make them both blue so I can just see them easy. Alright, and I am Veltian blue. Well, we're going to find out in a second. Oops. Oh, we got to go back to this. Haha, my bad. Okay, we're going to draw. Was I the wrong color? Alright, let's try this again. Nope. Alright, let's try this. And I am not red, so let me... change the color to blue. Oh, have I not picked a color? That's why. There. Alright, there we go. Now I'll be able to see the cards. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so they get 8 cards. When you start. The dark side always goes first unless they're playing the Death Star. So this is not so bad. So what we have here, these are character cards. The top right hand number is the destiny. Obviously the power says 1, the ability says 3. The force attuned just means basically ability of 3, sometimes 4 depending on the person. Once during each of my control phases, may use 1 force to guess a card type and point to the card in opponent's hand. Card must be shown. If guessed correctly, the card is lost. So the card types in the top left-hand corner. She is an alien. The Jawa eyes, the little black with the Jawa eyes, she is an alien. Chewbacca is an alien and he's a rebel. This is a device. This is also a device. This is an effect. The green, it says what they are, but you can also go off the symbol. So this one doesn't actually say he's alien and a rebel. This one does say it's device, and you can tell by the top left-hand corner. All right, the red and the green. Green are effects, red are interrupts. So if you play magic, if these are like instances and interrupts, all right, they can interrupt the game and do whatever. Lost interrupts are a one-time use. It goes away. And used interrupts, you use it and it goes back into your deck. This game is a game of an attrition. So you want to stay alive as long as possible. I have 51 life force left. I lose this, I lose the game. Okay, so that's their hand. Let's go ahead and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so this is their hand. All right, they got some okay stuff. Okay, so a big part of the early game, alter, cancel effect, right? So they have a permanent effect down. You can cancel it. Normally you play it when you have a badass Dark Jedi, a Sith Emperor Vader out, so you go off their ability. So you make sure that when you do use it, it is effective. Since cancels 1 interrupt, So interrupts do that, and then a control. I gotta remember. What was this? What do we? No, we had old bins over here. I forget what control does. Control cancels senses and alters. I believe that's what control does. Cancels these two. But anyway, and they're decent Destiny 3 and 4, better than a 2 or a 1, which are what main characters get. So Admiral Mahdi has got a Destiny of 1, whereas these guys, these aliens, they're just like nobodies. So they have a Destiny of 3, and they're also not super OP in any necessary way. Okay, so how do we start? Well, it has active. So these are the phases. It goes activate, and this is where you get your money, your force, right? And then you move on to control. That's like your if you play Magic once again, untap upkeep, draw, combat, or I mean main combat, or yeah, main combat, main in step. Anyway, similarly, control is like an upkeep. Control, you have an opportunity at that step to force drain. That's like the main thing that happens. It's kind of under the radar, but other things will happen too. Certain things will happen to say if you control and stuff, and control step is where you also can do a check for that. But activating. So this is what we get. You always will get one force for being a player, right? So I'm always going to get one force, one money, right? Okay, then you look at the table that's been built, the world. Right now we only have 2 sites. So right now the dark side is going to get 3, 1 plus 2, and the light side is going to get 5, 1 plus 4. And if we look at the actual sites, making sure we don't have any extra force, no. Aliens and Tusken Raiders, aliens, except for Tusken Raiders, are power plus 1 there, okay? And then the light side, all the aliens are forfeit plus 1. And I'll explain. Power is obviously pretty self-explanatory. It makes them stronger. So Obi-Wan deploys -3 here. That's self-explanatory too. It takes away from his deploy cost. If I control, the dark side says if they control, force drain plus 1. So they can force drain for 3 there. That's damage. That's force drain's a major way you can do damage over time and win the game of attrition. So we'll start with the dark side. So they're going to get 3. So they get 3. Let's go ahead and move this around to the right viewing area. This is where the effects and like objectives and what are those? Not command cards. What are those things called? General orders, and other. There's special cards that'll be permanent, so that they'll go down over here. So they only get 3 fours, and there's not a whole lot you want to do with that. So I'll explain this card. Top left-hand corner, that means he's an Imperial. His character name's next to that. The 1 is the Destiny number. There's some flavor text there. They're pretty cool. I learned a lot about Star Wars reading all those flavor texts growing up. They'll also have keywords in there, and if they say leader or certain things, bounty hunter, maybe whatever, smuggler, there's keywords. If it's in that flavor text right there, that'll be the search, or that'll be the criteria for that card. Okay, moving down, you have his picture, then you have his power of 3. Ability of 3. The ability. Any battle you're in, unless something specifies otherwise, you need to have an ability of 4 to draw Battle Destiny. It's really important because Battle Destiny is really hard to avoid. So you want to draw Destiny. The damage Destiny, Battle Destiny, if you have ability of 4 or greater, does comes right from the site. So you are directly affecting control of the battlefield. It's super important. So I only have 3 4, so I'm not putting anything out as the dark side candidate or as the dark side player because I don't have an ability 4, and he's going to have 5 4s coming down. So I know I'm not doing nothing. So I'm just going to say go through the phases, activate. I did that. Control. I don't control anything. I'm not deploying anything. I don't have anything to battle. I don't have anybody to move. I can draw at this point. I can draw from my force pile. That's what I can do. 3 cards, I'm leaving them there. And then what I say is I say the force is with you. That's how you end any turn in Star Wars. So, like we already said, we got 1 here for us, and then we got 4 on the field. So we get 5. 3, 4, 5. We do have options. Uh, she has an ability of 3. We can get our remote down if we wanted to. Uh, but once again, we're looking at that same ability of 3 problem. And even if you get to, get into ability 4, even if you do get to 4, doesn't mean you're going to hold the site. Doesn't mean they're not going to come down and womp you. Now, it's not likely since I know the dark side's only getting 3 more force since I didn't play anything to the field. Once during each of my control phases, I select one character present, power, and forfeit +1 for the main. Okay, forfeit value. Oh, I didn't finish explaining the card. So yeah, I can go back to Mahdi. I apologize. Got sidetracked on the turn. I knew that was going down. So yeah, so the white box with the black 3 in it. That's how much he costs. That's the play cost. The number below that, the 5, that's the forfeit value. So when you're losing cards from the site, from the battlefields, that's what he's worth. If you lose him from your hand, or if you lose him from your deck or force pile or use pile, it's only worth 1. He was 1 card worth 1, so he just goes away. So having high forfeit value is good to soak up battle damage. So he forfeits for 5. He's also a pilot, which is the yellow with the black helmet, and then the blue with the little blaster. That means he's a warrior. You need to be a warrior to hold a weapon. You need to be a pilot to fly a ship or a vehicle. So he's a warrior, he's a nothing, and he's a nothing as far as weapons and whatnot. But he doesn't allow. It's cool. If at the beginning of your control, if at the beginning of your control phase, any weapon or droids are present at the same site, all of them are lost. If in the cantina, all weapons and droids are immediately lost. So he makes it so I put him down to the cantina and make sure lightsaber and make sure people can't come in and whack my head off. Okay, so these guys got 5. They aren't doing anything, but they are in a position where they could draw at least maybe 1. Let's see what we get. Oh, we got a Han. All right, so that's worth maybe pausing on. We'll draw 1 more just for fodder's sake. All right, we got another old bin. That's great. Okay, so then we say the force is with them. It is a slow progression, especially early on when you didn't have search. This game goes a lot faster when we got 6 now. It goes a lot faster when later on in the steps where you have search cards, interrupts. You can start with, man, some decks you can start with like 12 cards. I have a Death Star deck that doesn't have an objective that starts with, I won't even say. It starts with a lot of cards. They just feed off each other. It's a really cool deck. I like it. It's a blow your planet up deck. I just outfit the Death Star and I move it and I try to go destroy them. All right, so I have 6 now, and I do think I want to go to the cantina. So, yeah, these guys are all 1. So 3 plus him means no weapons. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and get him out in the cantina. So that's 5. So I take this from the force pile and move it to the use pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you were playing this in real life, this is how you'd move the cards too, 1 at a time. You don't like grab them and shift 3 down, right? So you're holding 3 in your hand, just slide it across and then put it in the pile. It's 1 at a time. There's that's part of the mechanics and the dynamics of this game and how it moves. All right, so we want to grab these guys and we're going to put them down over here at the cantina. So whoop. Boom. Now, my next turn, I'll have force drain. If he doesn't come down and challenge my power 4, or, power 5, and he's an alien, 6, my power 6, and they're not allowed to have weapons. Yeah, so that's decent. Between 2 people, power 6, that's all right. All right, so I have that 1 left, and I think I have to hold on to it. If anything crazy... If an opponent just forfeited or lost a character, use one force to regenerate one of your own characters. Revive the character closest to the top of the lost pile. Once again, this is part of that order thing. So it's going into the last one. Okay. Nothing yet. So, yeah, they're going to do that. And then this goes to the bottom of the library, of your force pile. Okay? So now I know I have 51 cards still left. Then I say the force is with you. And they are still at 5. So they're going to have 8. All right, now I know I have 11. Power plus 1 in the same set. So I've got enough. I can drop Han and Chewie down and wreck these boys. And maybe even that. So let's see. What is he? 4. Make it 8. Give Han a Tatooine utility belt. I think so. I think that's the ass whooping they're looking for. So we're gonna show Chewie, show Han, show the utility belt. All right. So that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Oh, we're going over here. All right, so Chewie will go there. Utility belt is on Han. Okay. So I've now blocked their force string, but I know I outnumber them greatly. Now we're both going to have. It's unfortunate I'm not going to have. You know what? I can still do this. I'll put this down. Hopefully they draw a low destiny. I'm going to pray. They have a low destiny so I can 1 or less. A sight. It'd be great if they pulled a sight. A sight is worth 0. It doesn't have a destiny number on it. Okay. I'm gonna pray now. So we activated. We went to control. We deployed our stuff. Next is battle. It's really important. Battle's first, and then maneuver. So you can't maneuver. You can't sit on the table. Let's say there was more sites here, right? Let's say there's another site here. You can't have people here at Obi-Wan's hut and then the docking, the interior of the bed. Well, it'd have to be anyway, let's just say there's something there. There's nothing on the other side of Cantina. Cantina is a dead end, so it does go on the end. Anyway, of Mos Eisley. Certain planets will have the sites in a very specific location. There are generic sites, and those you can put in any order, except for the landing bay is always on the far left of the way you're laying out the board. So if we're going left to right, then this is parsec 0. Sites go down, then a planet. Sites go down, then a planet. These are planet and sector locations. So this would be like Tatooine would go here, and then it builds out the world, right? So if you have Tatooine here at 8, well, let's just say parsec 0 is down on this end. So parsec 0 is here, and then rendezvous points way out here. Parsec 14, 15, I believe, whatever rendezvous point is. Anyway, so Tatooine would go here, where Coruscant would start 0 way over here, and then you have your Coruscant. Then I don't know what's in the middle. Bespin. No, Bespin's at 6, parsec 6 or 8. I think Bespin's out with Tatooine. Maybe at parsec 6. That sounds right. So maybe Bespin's right here, and then some Bespin site or Cloud City sites after that. You could even have cloud sectors and asteroid sectors also go in these locations, these vertical spots. All right, let's get back to the battle. Did I pay to? Let's see. I should have 2 left. Yeah, I paid. No, I had 3. I paid 1 for that. Now I got to pay 1 for the battle. Okay, 1 to initiate a battle. There is no weapons, so we don't have to go through that phase. No Jedi duels. Jedis can duel each other. It's a longer type of more reflection of the lightsaber battle they would have in combat, or you can go right to combat and try to whack each other apart that way too. It's whatever the deck might be designed for. Someone might be to easily make someone regret bringing a Jedi down against their Sith, perhaps, if they start dueling them and completely owning them. It'll hurt. They're like, man, I need to get my Jedi away. So I'll just take the Force drains. It'll be easier. All right. So this says though during the control phase, and since it wasn't on here, he's not going to give its buff. Or he can use 2 force to cancel any secret present. All right, so we're going to move right to the Destiny draw. You take the top card, and then you reveal it, and that is your Destiny. So reveal this too. All right, so once again, their power is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is a 1. Wow, how lucky. So their power is only 7. Well, Chewbacca is 7 by himself because he's got a hand with him. Okay, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Ouch. So 16 verse 7. The difference is 9. So the dark side is going to have to lose 9 value worth of cards, and they're going to have to lose 4 from the side. I'm playing the light side. Ha ha ha. Well, they're winning, so I took their side. Anyway, and I'm also facing this way. I initiate the battle. Okay. So I'm playing both sides. I know I'm not crazy. Okay. So they are going to have to lose 1 from the side. So yeah, I'm going to lose the remote. That satisfies my 1 attrition. This goes to the use pile. This goes to the use pile. And then they have to decide 4. So Mahdi's this. I have to lose 9 total. Well, that's 8. 5 plus 3. You see it? 5 plus 3. The white number in the black box on the bottom left. So now I just have to lose 1 more. I can just sacrifice the site. So I'm not sacrificing all my life force. And I know what this is because I just had it, right? So this was a thing. During damage segment, if you lost battle, you have no cards left, forfeit, blah, blah, blah. So this is worth way more than just losing it. So I know I don't want to lose it from here. I don't know what these cards are. This is my force. I don't really want to lose that for that, so we're going to gamble. Boom. What do we lose? Oops. What do we lose? Vader's Eye. If Vader's defending battle alone, blah, blah, add 1 power and add 1 battle destiny. I told you how battle destinies are really important. So Vader's down there, and they think they're only going to have 1 battle destiny. If he's there by himself, and they're like, okay, well, he's power 6, and he's going to get 1 destiny. Let's say he gets 4. So we got to get definitely above 10, right? Safely above 10 to make sure we definitely win the battle. Well, now he's drawing 2. What if you get a 5 and a 7? Oh my gosh! Now it's power plus 12 plus 6 is an 18. You were planning on beating a power level around 10, and now you have 18, and you've got a ton of attrition to come from the battle. So that is a decent card. But anyway, so these cycles go back and forth. Well, I guess I haven't force drained yet. So they battled. They're going to get still 3 cards. The light side's got this just because of they can't do anything because they're just going to get wrongful stomped. They don't have presence of the force. So the dark side cannot deploy to Obi-Wan's hut. They would have to deploy here and then move over. Maybe I should have left Mahdi and then ate another 5 cards off the top of the deck, and then put down this turn. I could then move. I could put down 1 guy. No, I would have to put the 1 guy with Mahdi, and they'd have to both move over. But they still have this site, so it's not looking good for the dark side. They are just going to have to eat a bullet, and this card stays here until after his turn. My bad. I should have shuffled this too. This happened at the end of their turn. Last thing you do is shuffle not shuffle. You put the use pile on the bottom of the force pile. Okay, so the dark side is not going to do much. They're going to eat it in the teeth, and then they're going to say force is with you. And they're going to get 5 new cards with a total of 6 force. Now, at this step, they say, hey, buddy, force drain of 2, because there's 2 I activated. Now I go to control. Do I control anything? I do control the cantina. Force drain of 2. So these guys are just going to eat it off the dark side's going to eat it off the top again. There's a wolf type creature, and there's that Worgen. Yeah, that's Worgen. These guys are cool. You can have up to 3. Those dots at the top, 3 dots mean you can have 3 copies on the field at any given time. This guy has a dot. He is a unique character. You can only have 1 of him on the battlefield in the universe at any given time. There was a rule, I believe what it does, you can play a copy down on a copy, and I believe what it does, it either just gives them +1 forfeit or gives them like +1 power or gives them both. I'll have to look at the rules. I forget. But it wasn't really a common occurrence. People, and to this day, I don't think it's used in tournaments much. Uh, anyway, all right. So they lose their force. Now we have 6 more. We could buff this with her down there, and then I can start using her ability. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and draw. Get another guy. Get a lightsaber. And we got Obi-Wan. All right, we are doing just fine now. The light side, identify with. Haha. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call this at this point. They have to get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're gonna have to go ahead and decide to draw this turn. I guess they could have done their luck last turn. That's not gonna help. That's not gonna help. Yeah, that's in the hole. This is bad. I should have drawn last turn. Yeah. All right. So that'll that can all go to their hand. Just oh, I did get Vader's lightsaber though, but no Vader. There we go. Lone Warrior is good. I can put one guy down. Doesn't matter. Any warrior adds 1 battle destiny. So I can do that Vader's Eye thing, but it can be with any generic warrior I want. You can only play 1 per turn. See, the interrupt has a dot by it too. Some you can do more with, but yeah. So this next turn is going to be nasty because Obi-Wan is they're going to lose 2 more force drains. So this is a game of attrition, turn after turn after turn, right? They're off to a wonderful start. Obi-Wan's going to be coming down here with his lightsaber with lightsaber proficiency. So he just became a boss. This is a generic lightsaber. I'd still have enough, right? Yeah, just deploys for free and deploys for 1. Deploys for -3, so 3, 4. This is only going to cost me 4 force because he deploys -3 to his own HUD. But yeah, so now he's got he'll get +1 if Vader comes down, and he can exchange. If I lose any key cards, he'll let me get it back. Okay, attrition, less than a 5. Immune to attrition. That's a huge one. Jedis and better characters have immune to attrition. Like Boba Fett, I believe, has immune to attrition less than like 3 and 4 on some of his cards. That's important. So that flip, if Obi-Wan's by himself and he fights off 5 guys, they only get 1 destiny. Let's say it's a 3. Well, they add 3 to their power, but the attrition is not enough. His attrition, they need at least a 5 for me to have to sacrifice Obi-Wan from the battlefield. Attrition makes you sacrifice the loss of whatever it needs. But yeah, so he's already a 5, power 5, and this gives him +3. So now he's a power of 8 by himself, and he draws destiny, and he has a lightsaber, which basically means at least 1 person's gonna die in the fight. He swings it for only 1 because it's not his lightsaber, but it's still really good. So yeah, the dark side's uber boned. As the light side, I wouldn't even put down more sights. The dark side's going to be frantically trying to draw their additional sights to try to get more force so they can get back in the game. But yeah, the light side, as long as they played it, just controlled this and kept it the way it is, they would definitely win. It's a game of attrition. You win battles, you add up the power, you add the destiny if the ability is more than 4. So that's a +4 to the power. And then also, it also means no matter what, even if you lost, the other side has to lose 4 from the site, unless all their characters are immune to attrition greater than 5 or less, greater. Anyway, so this is Star Wars. This is Tabletop Simulator. You can build decks like crazy. If I wanted to copy any of these decks, all I have to do is control and then Boom, 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 boom. There's a copy of all those decks. And then if I want to just make a monster deck, which is illegal, they are dealt with. There we go. This is 3,293 card deck. That would be a really long Star Wars game. That would be an insanely long Star Wars game. Well, I mean, if someone's, I don't know, that would be an insane. Yeah, there'd always be room to come back. These are more advanced decks, so like you say, it says two. Let's check Cloud City Sawbox. So there's 7. So there's 7 starting cards in this deck. And then this is the deck itself. So 53 cards in the deck, 7 starting cards, 60 cards total. That's how you make a Star Wars deck. One person plays light side, one person dark side. What happens in tournaments is when, let's say, the light side won, right? Let's cut this down. All right, let's say the light side won at this point, right? They have 23 cards left. They're plus 23 for the game. And then plus whatever they get for winning the game. And then the dark side gets plus whatever for losing the game. They're at 0. They have 0 cards left because they lost. So they got 0 plus whatever the tournament. They're maybe a loss is worth plus 3, right? And a win is plus whatever it's set to. So the light side would get 23 plus the win, and dark side would get 0 plus the loss points. You go through the tournament, you might have won every one of your games, but if you only had, let's just take this off. Let's say this is more like what you won every turn. Won with 8, you won with 5, you won with like 3 left, which can happen. It can totally happen. But you still won, right? Well, you got a win plus 3, a win plus 8, a win plus 7. Those are your 3 games. Well, this other guy, he was winning plus 10, 10 plus a win, 15 plus a win, 20 plus a win. Recovering cards back, especially at the end of a game, not killing your opponent, getting as many cards back. If that's the type of deck, you still got those cards in your deck, and you can count that well, cycling them. Counting cards is huge. Really smart people that can that have the cognitive ability to keep track of not only their own deck but their opponents is they're going to do quite well if they like Star Wars and they grasp the attrition dynamics of this game. So one thing I love about this game is flip, 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 flip. Now the Kraken table doesn't actually flip, but the rest of this stuff does. So get out of here. That's always so cool. So the other thing, so this is just some of the stuff I have. Like I have the X. This is now more the tabletop simulator show. So much, and dude, if you like tabletop games, dude, this game I forgot what it was at last on Steam, but like $8, $10, dude. Even if it's $15, and it's less than $15, it's like $8 or $9, $10. I think I got it for. Anyway, dude, all these games. So a whole bunch of D&G miniatures. This is all this is my deck building room that I got off the workshop that I use. So this is every single Magic the Gathering card up to date as when this was last up to date, and it was the last expansion that just came out whenever ago. Anyway, so yeah, you can build decks there. I also have game rooms. These are all the cards to build. This is a game room. This is an EDH game room. 6-way 60 game room. So I have 3 different game rooms, depending on the type. They have counters on them, all kinds of stuff. Really cool. These are my Star Wars. All Star Wars cards, so I can do deck building, all decks and cards in one room, but it takes a lot to load, so that's just kind of like deck editing room if I needed to go back in. And then this is just the bare playing room, so then you can just load in the decks you want, and then it saves a lot of time. So, Lord of the Rings, yes. I don't have... Oh, yeah. This is the Lord of the Rings. This is also by Decipher. I haven't done much with this yet. This is all their stuff. I need to build my own decks again. I'm gonna go grab those from uh, my big tub they're in, my storage tub of cards. But yeah, I don't really play that in RL at all with anyone, so they've been put away. But my favorite Lord of the Rings deck I had. So in Lord of the Rings, you played a 60 card deck again, and 30 cards were like your dark side cards, and 30 cards were your light side cards. They were called Twilight and Fellowship. So 30 of your good cards were the Fellowship and helped out your try to help your Fellowship, however that deck was. And then you could choose the other side, which was Twilight, the dark side, Saruman's, the Urukai, Goblin Archery deck, whatever it was. My favorite one, I had an Elf for the Fellowship and Nazgul for the Twilight, and I really that was like my strong deck. My older brother had this really good one with the his Twilight was the Spider Shelob. Shelob, I think I said that right. Yeah, he did a really good job with that deck. But anyway, so yeah, all the Lord of the Rings cards. What do I have on here? Mill. Oh, I made that. This is something I made myself. That's an old game that I first played Mill in an old video game made by Sierra. Sierra used to make these things called King's Quest games. Um, they also made one called Robin Hood. Now, it might not have actually been Sierra. It could have been an off-brand competitor, but I'm pretty sure Sierra made the Robin Hood game. And at one point in the storyline, you had to sneak in. It was really cool. It had a like flat screen, two-dimensional, 3D looking like little maps, right? And you sometimes you could go to the right, you could go to the left, you could go up, or you could go down, meaning those directions. Or sometimes they might have like a door in the middle of the area, or like a well, you go up or down. Anyway, it's really cool. If you know what I'm talking about, it's the King's Quest games. They're interesting. Anyway, at one point in the Robin Hood game, you sneak into this this monastery thing, and it's out in this water. So you have to take this boat out there, and you have to sneak in, and you're trapped there, like until you finish what you're doing. Well, anyway, while you're there, you can play this game at that location. You can play Mill. So that's the first time. Power Grid, I have that in real life. I really like that. Risk 2210 is my favorite Risk, although I haven't played them all. Dark Souls, the board game. There's also, I mean, Gears of War board game. All those huge Axis and Allies. You know, the great thing about Tabletop Simulator is the teardown. There's not. I flip the board. I make a mess at the end. You flip it. So, um, yeah, this is all of my save stuff. So I don't have the stuff. This is my work stuff. These are the things I already have. I just don't have them saved on my own saved games. And then this is DLC. This is things that I don't have that I could get, and this is classic stuff that I don't have that I can just plug into. But yeah, if you like certain things, you go to the workshop, you type in whatever you like. This is just a theme. Let me see if I go to all my workshop stuff. All right, so this is all the workshop stuff that I have access to right now. Zombicide, I love that game. Hero Escape, played a ton of that. Actually, I haven't read that much. Runebound, I really do like Runebound. Oh, I guess that's gonna wrap. Get to. Oh, thank you guys very much. That's gonna wrap it up for me. We are gonna try to get to um a higher subscription goal. When I get to 50, we're going to do something. When I get to 100, we're going to do something. If you do want to support me in the meantime, before the 1,000 subscriber mark and the YouTube stuff, I do have tips at xsplit.com/u/Velsion. Thank you guys very much for being here, and I appreciate it very much. Please leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what kind of video game videos you'd like me to do in the future. Take care and stay safe, you guys.